We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Bum 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 dun dun dun. Hello, hello. Welcome everyone to another Wednesday witching hour. Spring is sprung, y'all. Oh, had quite a weekend, which is the week for me, Sunday through Thursday, Sunday through Wednesday. Did a bunch of stuff. Got way more done than I usually do, but still like nothing in like the realm of like what a human being can accomplish. So still keeping it chill. It's like CC was first in here and Huawei was second, but like I said, it's StreamYard chat, so I couldn't tell you. You know what I mean? But CC, love it. Was hanging out with you there as much as I could while I found my face and my pants and some coffee and a sandwich, a rotisserie chicken sandwich on toast with bacon and Colby Jack cheese. Highly recommend it. Find yourself some sour cream and onion chips. Uh, I go with store brand, but I'm in the freaking HEB vortex. You know what I mean? So I'm just living my best life here in the ATX. I actually went outside and had some adventures. I actually went downtown this morning and participated in South by Southwest. I'll tell you guys about more about that in a little bit. Eric Wyrock came in. Huawei's here. Eric Wyrock came by. He was going to bed, but he was showing some love. That's great. Hello, Mexicali. Hello, Jeff, Empire of Dirt Aquatics. Audio visual good. Excellent. Yeah, I've just stopped trying to use a microphone and headphones. I'm gonna have to figure something out if I ever have somebody on with me, but um it's the way it goes. Yeah, yeah, I thought I had already put it up. Then I put it up again, and then the description was third time doing this. So yeah, frustrations with technology. Continue. Oh, hello, Katie. I assume that Jake is also around. Hope you and the river are doing good. Sorry about your greenhouse. That looks like it sucks. Good day, Mark, all the way from Australia. Good day to everyone. Excellent, excellent. I'm glad you guys are here. I have things to share. This is my shrimp tank with a shrimp stick. That piece of orange in there is the pedestal that I got from uh Latoya, Lake Taland Aquatics. She gave me a bunch of samples. We're going to get proof of life because I have had a shrimp stick completely disintegrate in here on nothing but wood left. So there are things eating. There's a shrimp. There's a yellow shrimp right there. Proof of life, y'all. I haven't killed all my shrimp, just the blue ones. Turns out Grant saying keep up with your water changes is probably where I failed. Because I have to age my water and drip it in there. I have continually put it off and just like not gotten around to it. Those tanks have evaporated by 50% at times. The blue tank got completely covered in hair algae. I removed the hair algae and I got the water level all the way to the top. But to my chagrin, no blue shrimpies in there. Another thing that I haven't ever done with my shrimp, and it would be kind of hard to do. I guess you could just do it during feeding, stuff like that, because that brings everybody out. But there's too many places for shrimp to be and stuff like that. I feel like maybe I have had too many male to females ratios and stuff like that. And then therefore the population didn't do well because of that. I did not have pest problems because I cut back on my feeding like a lot. Um, so they're pretty much dependent on what's going on in there. Yes, only Oscars. That is exactly the thing that I was doing this time around. And like I said, I've had success in this 20-gallon tank. I had a failure in the 10-gallon. So that could be the difference as well. There is a large piece of driftwood in this 20-gallon tank, and there was no driftwood, so therefore maybe less good stuff for the shrimp to eat and feed on. But I know that the male to female ratio can be off enough to where it inhibits your breeding as well. But um, still figuring it out. Hold on, I got my coffee. I can go into the garage and then you guys can see my face. Oh, hold on. I'm going to hang the thing just outside of range of my vision. So let's see if I can find my glasses real quick. Please bear with me. That took me less time than I thought it was going to. So I'm actually happy about that. And away we go. Come on. Come on. All right. Hi, everybody. I did a bit of hair there. Perfect. Greasy. How I like it. Welcome, everyone. I'll get these glare issues figured out eventually. So yeah, only Oscar says the less I do with my shrimp tank, the better it does. I'm the problem. Oh my God. Yeah. I was trying not to be the problem, but I was not doing water changes as well as I should. Jungle Val took over my Florida Oscar tank, grew over their roads. Yeah, just the blue ones. Yeah, no, the blue. Well, I mean, it's two separate colonies, two separate tanks. You know what I mean? So therefore, the one tank that had all the green algae in it, you would think that that would be enough for them, but they dwindled, man. But it's okay. I'm willing to do it again. But yeah, until I am managing neocaridina qualities, I'm not inclined to get prepared to start doing caridina and stuff like that. I think I want to have success with my neocaridina first, and neocaridina are good in my current water that I have. So that would be who I would be selling to locally. You know what I mean? Like, so that would be like who I'm helping out. It would be, I think that there would be more people that would be open to taking neocaridina than than the caridina. But like, one thing I can tell you about going downtown during South by Southwest in Austin, Texas, is I have no clue what's going on out there, and that is like a high tide of like businesses advertising and stuff like that. So you're out there on the street and like nothing is the same as it was the week before anyway. And then there's what, 50,000 people, and not all of them are from Austin. So like big international event and stuff like that. I went to the KUTX Live. KUTX is a local nonprofit uh, radio station here in town, and they were at the Schultz's Beer Garden. I had a bunch of pictures that I took that I was going to share with you guys, but according to according to my video editor, I can't remember which one it is. Uh, I have hit my upload limit and I need to talk to customer service, which means they're going to ask me for more money, and I already pay them an annual thing. So I'm pretty ticked about it. And that possibly is why Ed is always showing us pictures on his phone, because I would assume that he has hit his limit as well as far as what you can upload. Like, you can't limit how many things I upload if I subscribe to use your. I swear to God, I think it's Cyberlink is like the big company for all of them. I'm using Power Director, and I wanted to use my laptop, but I have to use a different Cyberlink that has Power and Director in it, but isn't Power Director the one that I use on my phone. The one that's mobile is not the one that you use on your computer, and you would have to pay for that one as well. You can download the free version so that you can try it out. However, you will not be able to actually edit or move pictures around or actually use any of the things that are on it. So it's just a free download that is not actually a product. So you're free to download an advertisement of the product. You know what I mean? Like, that's where we are. That's where we are in 2025. It's like, I'm frustrated by it. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I'll find another video editor, I assume, and We'll keep doing it. But yeah, I was gonna upload something, but I have hit my upload limit. Whatever that means. I only do a weekly live stream, and I've participated in a couple auctions. So to hit my upload limit makes me feel like that this is obviously not useful to anyone who is actually doing the YouTube thing and trying to upload items. Like I was like, okay, all right. Oh, you get withdrawals. Heck yeah. Well, hey man, yeah, I'm here. CC went on before me. Uh make sure you check her out. I like Pirate Director on the iPad. That's what I'm using only, Oscars. Yeah, I can't upload my video slideshow that I made of my pictures that I was going to talk about. So, in the true style of Chattanooga Ed, here is let's see, it's Owl's Brew is the name of the company, and they make some tasty beverages that are alcoholic in nature and delicious. Some tea infusion flavors and stuff like that. So very cool. And they were doing a promo, and here is what their promo looks like. So people could get up in front of the grackles that were dressed in lederhosen because of the Schultz's beer garden. And you can get your picture taken, and they print it out right there, man. So yeah, I was at the event. It was pretty cool. The Cardinals were the second act. Everybody was good. I think I saw four bands in 4 hours. It was from 8 a.m. to 12 noon. So that actually worked out for my schedule pretty well. By noon I was done. I had RSVP'd for a event going on at the Mohawk Marshall, like the what I know they make amplifiers. I'm sure they make a bunch of other stuff. Uh, they were sponsoring an event, and Dice Spitz, one of the a local Austin band, was going to be playing, but they weren't playing until like 5:20. And like I was already done after like 4 hours of standing around. Like my fat butt like was ready to go home and like lay down. And then I did catch a nap and everything, and I didn't wake up until like I don't know, like 8:30, 8:45. So I turned on Dan's, chilled out. Yeah, the paid version, June. That's what I'm using. I'm using the paid version. I'm assuming with now that I've met my upload quota, there's a premium version that I need to buy. I'm over it. You know what I mean? It's just like nah. Yeah, the free version is useless. Yeah. So yeah, no, I'm paying the power director a annual fee. I've paid it twice. So now they're telling me that I've hit my upload limit, and like before I go on my live stream. So like as a product, like I'm gonna say thumbs down on that. You know what I mean? But also, you know what I mean? Like if everybody in the industry is acting badly and like freaking like constantly harasses customers for extra money and stuff like that, you know, if if my only choice is to be abused or to not be online, you know what I mean? I guess I'll be abused. I don't know, man. It's frustrating, but you know, what can you do? So yeah, it's yeah, I went downtown. Yeah, I met a couple people. I talked to Gavin for a while. He's from England. Hey man, I'm not saying anything. My name's Michael and I'm from freaking America. You know what I mean? Like plenty of people named Michael, plenty of people named Gavin. You know what I mean? Like it is what it is, you know what I mean? But he's done hospitality work and stuff like that. His mom lives here in town and he's thinking about actually moving over here. He was in England, no longer in England. He's currently in Spain, but he is thinking about moving over here because mom's not getting any younger. I can hear you on that one. I hear him on that. And being with family is important. And he goes, and this isn't a bad town. And I was like, no, man, it's not. I was like, I'm living here. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like you're visiting here. It's a fun place to visit. You know what I mean? I was like, it works. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of positive things going for it. You know what I mean? It's expensive, but where it where isn't? Question mark. But I explained to him my fish addiction and that I was just here for nostalgia's sake, and I was just here as a local. I just drove in with all the commuters, parked in a parking garage for the Capitol Visitor Center, and I walked I walked 4 blocks. It's pretty good. So yeah, I think I paid $4 for parking. Um, Paid $10 to get into the event, and the money goes to the Austin Area Food Bank. Um, Saw 4 bands. The Cardinals were my favorite. They were the second band, and they were 5 young lads from Cork, Ireland. And yeah, man. Hey, to be young, to be full of angst. You know what I mean? Like these guys had a lot of ideas. Their soundscape and the songs were all different. There's a lot of different directions they could go in. Like it was fun. One of the guys was playing an accordion. That was freaking awesome. Um, so an accordion, a bass, 2 guitars, and a drummer. I mean, like it was nice. There was some soul funk that was playing before the Cardinals. And I enjoyed that quite a bit too. It was really nice. Uh, King Cruz was there. He's from Canada. He is a grandchild of the great Bob Marley, and he's doing his own thing. It was more of a rapping type thing, but he definitely has the Kingstown Kingstown accent. It was fun. He got the crowd involved. You know what I mean? It was fun. And then the last was Chaparral, and yeah, man, that was real good too. Real nice harmonies. Slide guitar in there, you know what I mean? Like a lot more country sounding, you know what I mean? Like so like the flavor palette was all over the place. A great variety of bands, and KUTX is doing this morning, and then Thursday, Friday, and Saturday morning as well. So giving out some free coffee, you know what I mean? Like hanging out early morning show. So it was cool, man. It was neat. I enjoyed myself. I stood around, was I faded before I got lunch. You know what I mean? Like I came back home and I ended up falling asleep and taking a good nap, probably around, I don't know, 4 this afternoon. Was able to catch Latoya, Lake to Land Aquatics. I was able to catch her noon show. Hey, Sarah the Great. I'm glad to see you. I understand you've been having technical issues yourself, something with a phone that was bringing you down, and that's why you've been missing. Because I asked about you, and everybody was like, "Yeah, man, she's got like some phone issues and stuff." And I was like, "Dang." But yeah, you're welcome back in there. Man, I'm going good, man. I've hit my upload limit for my video editor apparently, so I get to talk to customer service. I can't wait to show them how grumpy I am. Um, but maybe there's something that I need to clear. Like I have like too many open projects and stuff, so therefore I need to get rid of some of the ones that I've already uploaded and that I've already worked on. That makes sense. You know what I mean? Like maybe that's what it is. And I mean, like, I don't know what I'm doing also. So, I mean, like, on the other side of things, you know what I mean? Like, it could be a simple fix, but it sure has set me up for, hey, man, you need to give us more money. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it smells like. But, you know what I mean? Like, I've been doing my thing. But, let's see. I started going for a walk in the mornings with my wife. That's been real nice. There's a nice trail. Like I think we're like walking for like 30 minutes or something, and like easily 2/3 of it is actually like a trail like in the woods, you know what I mean? In between our neighborhoods. I think the sewer lines run through there. And so it's like a drain off area and stuff like that in between the two neighborhoods. And like so it's a nice large green space. Like walking through, had some pictures of that I would have showed you, but I've hit my upload limit. Um so yeah, that's been fun. Well, I built a trough to put some strawberry plants in. My wife did that. We went to the Home Depot. I bought soil, the great American tradition of buying soil. Uh because you got to buy dirt, man. Um let's see. So yeah, I got some things planted. I've already completed all my water changes. I did them yesterday. So that's pretty good. Got a couple tanks that are suffering right now. Um, the water's not clear, but they're also very overloaded in 10 gallons. So probably got to get some of the residents out of there if I want the water quality to improve. Hey, Sarah, it's okay, man. You want to know what? Conspiracy theories wouldn't be popular if they weren't occasionally correct. And I hate to I hate that they're correct sometimes. You know what I mean? But you know, if it looks like a duck and it quacks like a duck, it could be. It could be. You know what I mean? Like, but yeah, hey man, happens. But yeah, welcome back. You know what I mean? Like you missed everything and nothing all at once, you know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? Just get back in the game. You'll be fine. Yeah. I plan on remaining uninteresting. You know what I mean? Uninteresting and in my house. So basically, if like martial law was declared and they were like, you can go to work, you can go to the gas station, and you can go to your house. When you go to your house, you stay there until you have to go to work again. That's how I'm already living my life. You know what I mean? So like even you know what I mean? So like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of bad things that could happen that still won't affect my daily life just because my daily life is like keeping it pretty low key. You know what I mean? And like that's what I've been enjoying. I was overwhelmed in the crowd um at least twice and was like, man, this is a lot of people. I think I might be done. So yeah, I I've been away from crowds long enough to where like it's a little overwhelming being in crowds. So I don't think I'm sad about that because I don't plan on changing how I'm living. You know what I mean? So I think it'll be all right. Yeah, Mark Sterl said COVID rules. Yeah, dude. I was like, yeah, dude. Even if something like that comes up, it's just like, yeah, man, I'm still good. You know what I mean? Like, it's fine. You know what I mean? Like, I got my fish tanks, dude. I know you are, Jakey. I figured you two would be hanging out together, even if one of you guys is sleeping next to the other one. You know what I mean? Like, maybe we only have one of you on interacting on the internet at a time. You know what I mean? Like the other one's catching a quick nap. You know what I mean? Like you guys gotta tag team that, man. Busy. I'm so happy for you guys. And that baby is looking less like a potato and more like a human being every day. And I am so excited for it. I'm loving it. And don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of the potato stage, man. Like just hold them. Just hold them. It's fun. Uh, I know, man. Like, yeah, dude. It's just like, yeah, like the newborn phase is like hilarious. It's just like, yeah, man. Like, that's cool. Yeah, man. I'll hold it. You know what I mean? Like, that's fun. But I like it when they're 5 and they like hear me say something like off the cuff, and they're like, "I'm not sure this guy's telling me the truth." And I look them dead in the eye and I'll be like, "Hey, I'm not telling you the truth." You know what I mean? Like, don't look to me for good information, okay? I'm just here for laughs, buddy. Yeah, no, that is the conundrum, Jeff, of like the human experience. We're like born potato, and then like we go and live our lives and everything, and then we get wrinkly, and then like we become a potato again. It's interesting. Seconds now. But yeah, we're having a good time tonight. We're looking at a shrimp tank. We're looking at Lake to Land's aquatics shrimp sticks. Let's see, where is it? There's the so there's the holder. There's the shrimp stick, and I'm counting one, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. At least 8 shrimp in there, maybe 9, and a female guppy because you can't have enough guppies everywhere. You can't have enough guppies everywhere. But yeah, overgrown tank needs stuff done to it. I think because I don't want to stir up the substrate too much and stuff like that. That I am just going to get in there and just trim everything, and like some of it I'm just gonna trim down like to the ground. You know what I mean? And like it can grow back if it wants, but I'm not going to pull up the roots and stir up the substrate and all of that. But I'm just going to do the big haircut to a lot of it so that there's some open spaces and stuff like that, and see if I can't get a viewing area from the other end of the tank as well. Um, because it is a 20-gallon long on its end, so they have all sorts of places to hide and make babies and do all their stuff. And there's so many plants in there, and there's duckweed in there. So I mean, like, there's plenty of circle of life of plants going on in there. So I'm sure that they have enough food and things like that. So hopefully they continue to do all right for me. Hello, GNC Aquatics. Welcome, welcome. Fishcapades up in here. Stephen P. Yes. So yeah, good times. So yeah, I have been physically exhausted at the end of the day, and I was on a day schedule for the last 3 days, and I was like doing stuff out in the yard and stuff and things. And yeah, man, I went to bed tired like every day, and then this morning I went downtown and saw a show, so I was like on my feet out of my car for 4 hours, you know what I mean? And like standing around on concrete, you know what I mean? Like, it's enough. And when I got up today, I felt dehydrated and stiff and sore, and it was all from standing around, none of it from alcohol. So rough, dude. But I'm happy. Definitely happy. But yeah, I did some things this week, so I'm pretty proud of myself. My mom's gonna have surgery on the last day of this month, so it looks like I'll be at work or in Houston taking care of my mom. So I don't know how that's gonna work for the live streams and whatnot. Probably isn't. So there might be a hiatus here. I'll let you guys know. But yeah, it is the night before I work, so I might be able to get here and do a live stream in the fish room, and we can see what died, because I will not have been in here for days. We could do a body count. Wednesday witching hour body count. All right, 64 ounces of paste pecani. Let's party. That's right, man. Because why party with 1 quart when you can party with 2? It's important. I love it. I need more coffee. That was the wrong thing to do. There we go. That's what I was looking for. I'm right here, chat. My face just went away, but you're not missing anything. I'm telling you right now. I mean, I'm not doing perfect with my shrimp. I'm not even getting the plan done that I have for my shrimp. And I lost the blue ones, but I still have the yellow ones. So I can recommend from the Garden of Eater those yellow shrimp. Those yellow neocaridina with the back line. Those guys are tough and apparently doing really, really well. I'm seeing more I'm seeing more and more yellow right now. So that's pretty good. I'm pretty happy. So not a total failure on the shrimp front. For those of you familiar with my fish rooms and what I keep and stuff like that, I am not keeping anything rare. I am not keeping anything uh anything that people would consider to be a more advanced fish or anything like that. I do have a fish with a collection point, but it is Gambusia, and they're from Brushy Creek here in town. So I would not call them more difficult than guppies. And I'd say they are tougher and more resilient than regular aquarium bred guppies. And I'd say that these guys are more aggressive than your guppy. But I think it's just because they're from the streets and they know what it's like to not eat. You know what I mean? It's a more recent memory for them, generations wise. So J&N Jeremy has blue diamonds, blue velvet, cherry, orange really, red really, PRLs, all breeding. Excellent, Jeremy. Like I said, I'm pretty sure that other than the ratio being bad with too many males and not enough females, so the female actually ends up like getting harassed when she molts, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Other than that being an issue, and that would be like managing like your colony, right? Which I haven't done any management of my colonies whatsoever. Okay. And the water changes, haven't been doing those. So therefore their water quality could have gotten worse like over time and things like that, and they might not have had what they needed to molt properly, and that might have been what the problem was in the blue tank. So still on the beginning edge of it, but dude, I do love watching them work. I love watching them swim around. uh they're completely different from snails. Like I've had the mystery snails. I don't currently have any mystery snails, but I would definitely do them again in the future. I've never had a rabbit snail. I think I might do that next. But yeah, the shrimp are completely different than the snails, and they're both invertebrates, and I like them way more than I thought I would. You know what I mean? I was like, shrimp, kind of like cockroaches. Yeah, well, you know what I mean? Like snails, okay. You know what I mean? Like they're slow, they hang out in their shell and stuff. But like actually watching them, like I've spent a lot more time watching them than I thought I was going to. So I will say I understand shrimp and snail popularity. Gotta wait 2 hours and 19 minutes here for Gabriel's birthday. All right. Keeping enough snails for the 3 foot haka puffers. That's hard. Yes. Yes, yeah, and there is driftwood in this tank, and it is from the bottom of Lake Travis. So that thing had a deep mud smell to it and whatnot. So I'm sure there's like plenty of clay on it and good stuff for those shrimpies. Fishcapades doing the Blue Dreams. Yeah, I believe the Blue Dreams is what I had, but like some of them were really dark, so some of them could have been considered a different grade, I think. But yeah, fun times. The first colony of blue that I had, I got at a local auction here, and they did well. I overfed the tank. There were seed shrimp everywhere, and then flatworms everywhere. And I think they just got outcompeted for food, and they dwindled. And then I tried again. My shrimp concierge, Eddie, Vibes Aquatics. Some of you guys know him. He went to visit the Garden of Eden, took a tour of the house, and picked up some Blue Dream shrimp for me, and flew them back on the plane with him and brought them over to my house. So you know what I mean. It helps to have friends in this industry, and Vibes Aquatics is one of the best. You know what I mean. So if you're if you're ever at a fish event and Eddie's there, it's worth a conversation for sure, for sure, for sure. And if you ever see him walking around and checking out canister filters, he is very particular about his canister filters. And he will open it up and take it apart and look at all the stuff and talk to the guy about the canister filter. And I highly recommend that as well. That's a good time. Oh, coffee is so good. So I'm flipping back over to the night schedule tonight, and I did have a nap, so it's going to be fairly easy. A lot of them are dark enough to be ocean blues. Yeah, fish capades. I've noticed that. You just put up a short of you guys watching the stream. Hey, Jake, I think that's great, but like, hey man, watch out how much you upload, okay? Because they're counting. Oh Lord, I love that, Jake. I love that. But yeah, man. So as you can see, the shrimp stick is definitely getting some attention. A bunch of shrimp have moved forward in the tank. We have proof of life. You know what I mean? Like that's enough sometimes. You know what I mean? Like I'm pretty happy with it. Well, I didn't realize to leave that left that comment posted for a while. Your public admission there, Sarah. My bad. Good night, fish capades. I love shrimp. Who else loves shrimp? Good night, fish capades. Get some rest. Go out there, do it again tomorrow. So yeah, my goal over here this spring is to have more plants around me. More plants, more fish. I'm managing the fish that I have right now. I'm not actually getting any more fish at the moment. I might end up with something at Aquashella. I might end up in something in June. I'm going to the Texas Star thing with the ALA and a bunch of other groups in San Antonio. So I have plenty of opportunity, and the auctions are going to be starting up here again soon and stuff like that. So you never know. Luckily, it's the witching hour. So yeah, this is a 20-gallon long tank, a lot of Tiger Val in it. um just have to trust me on the rest of it, because we can't see it. I don't even know what's back there. I don't know what I planted back there back in the day, but it's all doing great. Yeah, Stephen. I've heard that the natural ones, there's some patterning on them that still looks really really cool. And like, I'm not opposed to like the natural patterning of things. Like your super reds and your blue eye lemons, bushy noses and stuff like that are really cool, but I haven't been able to successfully breed those. Working on it, but I've got albinos and I've got lemon blue eyes, and haven't seen much from either one. But I might be at the point where I'm not feeding them enough. You know what I mean? Like, I stopped overfeeding, and now I need to go back again and like maybe get them a little bit more. So, but my brown bushy noses have been breeding like crazy. So, and I honestly do like the color and pattern of them. And honestly, as far as like supporting like newcomers to the hobby and stuff like that, and sharing the wealth of my fish room successes and things like that, I think that anybody who decides that they want a pleco in their tank should get a bushy nose pleco or some other form of pleco that doesn't grow to 18 inches long. You know what I mean? Like, the common pleco is everywhere and being sold in pet stores and stuff like that, but that's not sustainable for most people's situations. Except for the clear ones, man. But I mean, like, if like you're taking your culls out of your colony and you're just putting them in other community tanks, and if they live, they live, they die, they die. I think it's great to have shrimp in the tank. And I think that there's room in many tanks for there to be some of the natural colored shrimp, or the shrimp, the cull shrimp from your tanks that are putting out particular colors and stuff. You know what I mean? There's room in other tanks. Oh, you're down to two commons now? Yeah. I took in a common, Mr. Sucky, and he died. And for my other niece, I took in Chloe, and she died. So thus far, when your fish, if you're my niece and your fish leaves my house, it's not good. Uh, but you know, these are all learning opportunities. Yeah, not sure why you bothered getting them. Well, I mean, they're little legs, you know what I mean? Like doing stuff like that. I like watching their little feet. They're always moving, always doing things. Let's see. Let's move this camera. I think that might do. That's my 20 long that I cleared out. It doesn't really, well, you can kind of tell that it's cleared out, but there's still a lot of stuff against the back of it. Um, I'll show you what we're looking at. So this tank has a few of my original guys, but if you look across the back, I have so many roots growing and stuff like that. So many roots coming down the back. And then I left a bunch of the jungle val at the back, and everybody likes to hide, but this is the pothos that's growing out of it and just going nuts, moving that around the room. I added a hang on the back filter to it when I did all my changes to it, and I just didn't take it back off. It's not running right now. It got unplugged a couple days ago, so I could probably take it off. But I did my trimming and gathering and plugging of the different things. I've got some Corys in there. Those are the caney eye. They got masks and like little, but you can see the female hiding back there. Does not like the camera. So these guys have just been skittish. I'm thinking about taking the swordtail, the leertail males out of here, the ones that can't breed, and putting them over there to show them off. But like lots of babies growing up in there. They're all doing good. So yeah, life is good. Let's see if I can get these guys to eat. Will you come out if I don't stand over here and I give you food? What if I gave you food? Big old nothing burger. That's what I'm getting. That's all right. Oh my goodness. All right. That's enough of that. Welcome back to the chat. What's up, people? Mike Loves Life. How you doing? Good to see you, Lake Deland Aquatics. Good to see you. We were just showing the shrimp tank. I hope you saw it. If not, well, welcome in Lake Deland. I was showing off my shrimp and your shrimp stick. They were going nuts over it. Yeah, they like it. Um, yeah, no, your packaging was insane. I went over it on a previous live stream, like the week it came in, uh, Lake Deland, and I was talking about everything that I feed in the fish room, and then I was talking about all of the things that you sent me to like try out. So, very cool, very good times. Happy with it. But yeah, proof of life. All right. Well, have a great night. HHD, Hagen Hill Designs. Always good to see you guys. Well, I assume way that they put Jake to bed first, you know what I mean? And then like the girls stay up and chat for a minute, you know what I mean, and then go to sleep. That's just my guess, you know what I mean? That's the impression that I get. Hey, GNC, good to see you. So much fun. I'm glad I have my glasses on. Lord. But yeah, man, it's been a long week, so I got some rest to do, and then like I'm ready to like chill out at work, take it a little bit easier. it's nice when you have a job that is got a lot of you know what I mean, like a lot of like I mean, like we do a lot, you know what I mean, like there's a reason for me being there as a nurse, you know what I mean, like I'm there, I take care of things, but most of it, but like there's a large, I mean, like there's a movie every night, you know what I mean, like there's all sorts of fun things going on, so it's actually pretty nice to be like in the routine. Mike Loves Life. Yeah, I'm planning on being at the Clash. Are you going to be there this year, buddy? Yeah, this is not the year to miss, bud. There's gonna be like a wedding and everything, bruh. It's gonna be so good. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna be there. I mean, like that's where I hang out with my new bestie, Lake Deland Aquatics. Yeah, that was the fun stuff. I got to like okay, the first year I went, I was drinking quite a bit, so drunk Mike came out and he had a blast. He doesn't remember half the people he talked to that year. And then the next year when I go, I'm drinking, but I'm not drinking like as much. And I do remember all the conversations I had last year, but like interacting with the crowd was weird. Like it felt crowded, and like that is something that I haven't really experienced in my life before because I was always such a social butterfly and stuff like that. I did like marketing stuff and had marketing jobs in bars and stuff like in downtown Austin, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. So like walking in and talking to everybody at the place has like never been a problem for me. And then I started hanging out in the fish room and doing introverted activities such as being up at night when no one else is awake and working at night, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. And then like so like now it's different, so I'm changing. But last year it just felt good to go sit down with Latoya at the booth, you know what I mean, and like look at all of her different products and whatnot. So it looked like I was a vendor, but like I was just, you know, hanging out. This next year at the Clash and stuff like that, I do want to walk around, talk to people, and like do all the vendor area, look at all the fish as they come in for the fish show, stuff like that. I'd like to see a little bit more of the aquascaping. I just kept walking by it. I never actually stood around and like watched some of the people working and like how they were putting the things together. I'd like to be there during the beginning of the aquascaping competition, and I'd like to see how people are laying out their main structures, and like the hardscape and stuff like that. I think it would be neat to see what other people are doing to kind of like help me in how I set up a tank and stuff like that, because like right now it's still pretty basic for me. GNC, yeah. You can have as much of it as you want. I mean, as long as you're over 18 or whatever the legal limit is. Yeah, man. Uh the good stuff. I recommend not uh like being aware of, but don't click on like anything that is beyond your control and causing you frustration. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there'll be something new to be mad about next week. So you can just skip this week if you want. You know what I mean? Like, just one more fish. That's why how you know that I might is because I needed scissors. That's right. Just one more fish. Couldn't do it without anybody. And everybody knows that I was helping to hang up drapes. I think I screamed team drapes pretty much the entire time that we were doing it. Like anytime I would walk into like a large space, I'd be like, Team Drapes. You know what I mean? I was keeping a hype. You know what I mean? Like a little bit. You know what I mean? Like I'm sure I annoyed some people, but like others were like, that guy's crazy. You know what I mean? Like it's not always like a negative impression. Okay, so you're gonna do some tours once you're done building. That's awesome. Yeah, Latoya, take pictures when you go because we all want to see it. Hey man, I try. You know what I mean? And like it takes a little bit more effort. It's something that I want to provide when I'm doing my live stream and stuff like that. Like I don't want it to be all hype, you know what I mean? And like I don't want my stream to be exciting. I want my stream to like be kind of chill and we like look at a tank, you know what I mean? I think I do that most of the time. I'm definitely hyped up right now. I recommend it. It's coffee, black. I believe I'm drinking the community blend. It was at a price point that worked for me. I was having some trouble with some of the things that were less expensive than the community blend. Like it was still coffee, but it tasted like perhaps a dirty sock had been involved or something. You know what I mean? Like it was flavor was off. You know what I mean? And like I'm not putting cream and sugar in my coffee, so I don't want like a burnt bean. You know what I mean? Like I kind of steer away from most of the dark roasts. But I mean like but if you're putting a bunch of cream and sugar in it, like a nice dark roast that is bitter is actually going to hold up better in that and like give you like a nice coffee experience. But I'm one of those black coffee drinkers, so uh I have to be a little bit particular. And coffee prices are getting to the point right now that I am thinking about doing a little bit of research and visiting some of my local roasters here in the Austin, Texas area and stuff like that, and finding some flavor profiles and things like that that I like and actually like increase the quality of my coffee and probably not be paying that much more. Um, because I think that coffee in general is gonna go is gonna go up, and I want to say it had to do with. I mean, like there's always like political type uh reasons and stuff like that, and then I think just with the cost of shipping and stuff going up and stuff like that, that has influenced the coffee price as well. But I want to say there was a problem in the supply chain or something like that where like weather like impacted like a lot of like one of the largest uh producers producing areas of the world and stuff like that. So that I think that might be part of it too. You know what I mean? Like the price of feed and everything went up like a long while back, and now beef is like super expensive right now. Um, And I think it's just because it costs more to get a cow to beef. Um, so yeah, there's all sorts of things going on with that. But so yeah, I'm thinking that I might up my coffee game a little bit and stuff like that. And yeah, because there's a lot of places in town that buy their coffee beans and then roast them here. And I would think that, maybe having coffee that got roasted recently might be tastier. So I'm excited about it. Bunny Viper in the house, my little rabbit snake. I'm so glad to see you. Welcome, welcome. It's 12:16 a.m. Thursday, March 13th in the Austin, Texas capital city. We're on the south side of town hanging out in my garage. It's quiet on my street. Life is good. It was 90 degrees here today. Spring has sprung. I think I got a picture of it. I might not have, but in my yard there was a dandelion, like the little white puffball on a stem right next to I can't remember what the name of it is, but that yellow flower. Um and they were both right next to each other, like in the center of my lawn. I was like, "Yep, it's springtime here, man. We're going." There's buds on all of the trees. You know what I mean? Like we're gonna do it. It's coming back. It's gonna be spring. Sarah the Great, gonna get some rain. I'm happy to hear it. Yeah, I have to be at work for the next 3 days, so let it rain, man. If I can't go to the park, nobody should go to the park. Let it rain. Actually, South by Southwest weekend is going on. That makes it a little bit more difficult wandering around downtown in the rain. What was Gabe saying? You know what grinds my gears? Here we go. You know what grinds my gears? Buying a McCafe coffee at my home and it tastes nothing like the McCafe coffee I get at McDonald's. Yeah, man, what's up with that? Because honestly, if I could get the coffee that is at McDonald's, like their regular coffee has always been consistent and good. And yeah, what you buy at the store ends up not being the same thing. I even like looked up the company that it is and stuff like that. But like, you know what I mean? Like they might own that. I mean, McDonald's has been around for a very long time. So like they might be able to make sure that only that coffee is at their stores and only at their stores. You know what I mean? Like I think they go through enough coffee to where like they could do that. So that might be what the problem is. Yeah, so Sarah, are you on the side that got the cyclone? What is that? That is the eastern side of Australia? Were you part of that cyclone madness, man? Yeah, GNC, the price went from 99 cents to 250. Yeah, that is a big jump. That is a big jump. And I am mad about the increase of prices just in general on all items anyway. However, cigarettes and coffee are two things that I would spend money on. So, you know what I mean? Like, while I don't like it and while I'm upset about it, it's not going to change my behavior at all. Whereas, whereas if like bananas tripled in price, I'd just be like, yeah, man, that's cool. I don't ever get to all of them anyway. You know what I mean? And like half the time they do this like weird thing where they go from green to like dappled brown before it becomes yellow. You know what I mean? Which means they like did something to make it last longer in the store and they messed it up. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'd be like, yeah, there's other fruit, you know what I mean? I'd be like, yeah, well, we'll eat apples, But unfortunately, it's just like, hey, man, you don't have to drink coffee. You could just drink tea. I'd be like, yeah, man, I'm still gonna buy some coffee. It's the way it goes. It's the way it goes. True. I mean, less though. I think I'm up to 8. I think it's $8 now. Cece, you got out from underneath coffee's clutches. Congratulations, girl. Never look back. You escaped. And more coffee for me. GNC, lay it down, buddy. You done well. You did good today. New local Austin's proud of you. You get some rest. There you go, only Oscars. You're like, you're testing your power director. I was like, watch out, the counting knows. I just might have too many things like on the queue because I do everything on my iPad and I usually send it from here. Definitely use it more than I use the iPhone just because the screen's bigger. Oh wow. Oh, okay. So you had a medication and then the coffee was not helping. Yeah, well, hey man, that'll do it. That makes it easier to quit too. You know what I mean? If the coffee you're drinking doesn't make you feel good, you know what I mean? But like I like carrying a quart of coffee with me to work for my 12-hour shift, you know what I mean? About 3 hours in, I feel the wind in my hair, and I'm like, yeah, this is good. Wow. I definitely cut back at that point. Oh, That's cool. So good. So good, y'all. Love me some coffee. But yeah, this coffee does have me a little bit of has me a little bit elevated, more talkative than I have been in weeks past. Yeah, that sounds about right for here too. I don't buy like that. I just buy a couple days at a time. You never know. I could get in a car accident. Only Oscars 96% done. You're doing it. You're a YouTuber. Congratulations. I quit, but like, what else is there? I don't drink soda or coffee. I'm sober. I don't eat much sugar. I was like, Cece, books. You got books, girlfriend. You know what I mean? Do it. Do it. If you feel like you're not spending enough money, if you're not like addicted enough to the books, you know what I mean? Like, get yourself a first edition of some sort. You know what I mean? Like, get yourself something a little old. You know what I mean? A little dusty. You know what I mean? Like that old book smell. You know, there's plenty of things. Plenty of things. You know, you more fish. You could always have more fish. Ooh la la, some Takashi Amano books. So yeah, those canine eye just got like little pen dots, like the smallest dot you could make with a big disposable pen, all over their bodies. And they have the little bandit mask over their eyes, and I love them. I bought one at Aquashella last year. It was the only one that they had at Armored Cats, and that's who I got them from originally. So that seems to be where I can get them consistently. But I haven't gone on like a search for them to see who might be mailing me some. But it's good to see them out and about too. Does anybody remember Corey from Aquarium Co-op's like 1 hour challenge? Like it was years ago, I think. I'm thinking about doing that again. Basically, getting stuff done by making circuits like sit down and scroll for, 20 minutes, set a timer, you know what I mean? Turn that off, go do something for 20 minutes, do something else for 20 minutes, and then come back again. You know what I mean? And like just do that over and over again throughout my day so that I keep moving and like gain some momentum because I've mastered the lethargy, like don't do anything. I got that down. Now I need to get doing things down again. Yeah, so the thing is like spend time in your fish room, like set a timer and spend an hour every day, like in your fish room. And I need to do that more often because I'm not out in my fish room enough. My fish would be less skittish and hiding a lot. Most of them don't, but I have a few that like this tank in particular, like these guys, they don't like being observed at all, and like that's their deal. But if I was in the room all the time, they would not hide all the time. Yeah, Latoya, but like you've got a lot going on. You are an exception to the rule. You're something that I want to be more like. So it's like be more like lake to land. More bugs, more reptiles, more plants, more fish. Oh, I can show you guys this real quick. Let me switch my camera. Got to get some of this Sisquaster tang out of here. This is the back. This is the back of my angel tank. Sisquaster tang. Like getting near to the surface. Like I gotta like take 2/3 of that off of there. And then if we go around and look at the front of it, it's coming out the front as well. It's a lot. Oh, there we go. Hey, buddy. It's a boy, ladies and gentlemen. It's a boy. And the water quality is off, but this tank has so many babies in it right now. Baby baby guppies. And then if I come around here to the back, I think that's where they've been hanging out. Baby plecos all over the place. This 10-gallon tank produces more fish than any of my other tanks, and I don't know what makes this one special. It's got rainbow glass beads in it. Perhaps that's all that's required. Perhaps that's all that's required. But yeah, the water quality is down in that one, and it was 2 weeks in between water changes, and I did a 50% water change. Water's still cloudy today. Those are the purple Moscows. So the line is completely kind of fallen apart. There's a lot of color splotches in the delta tail. They're no longer solid black, some of them blue, you know what I mean? I got work to do there, but those cull males, you put them together, they do look pretty good. Can actually, can I? Yeah, this is that tank of just the male culls and stuff like that. This is the tank at work. And that's all males. And then I have what turns out to be a male bristle nose in there too. So very fun. So yeah, that's the 10-gallon at work. That's still like probably my best tank that I've made. But yeah, that tank has been rock solid since the start. I'm having snail issues in there and stuff like that. I'm having snail issues in all my tanks, but such is the way of it. What are you gonna do? Yeah, I mean, it's one of the only decisions that I've made. You know what I mean? Like I do like them though, quite a bit. But yeah, to have more than one strain of guppy. I mean, I've got more than one strain of guppy, but like the other one, it's just like I'm barely keeping that colony alive, and I don't do much with them. But yeah, I think that just having one kind of guppy is good enough because you're going to have enough culls and stuff like that to where you're gonna have so many guppies you don't know what to do is basically like what happens. Um, but I participated in a couple auctions that helped me with uh my red swordtails and my guppies, and then I took my colony of guppies and basically like kept a third and took two-thirds down to Aquashella and like put a 20-gallon tank on a table and like gave them away. And then like Huck Finn Fathom Aquatics and Fathom Aquatics gave them all away to like people coming up and stuff like that. And like I wandered off with my niece to go get our faces painted and whatnot. You know what I mean? And I was like, hey man, you can give all that away today if you want. He goes, I'm gonna start making bigger bags. So yeah, we had fun with that. So it's not like you can't find a spot to give guppies to other people. It can happen. Oh, you love guppies. You've had the worst luck. Your personal line of purple guppies was knocked out. So I decided to get new ones, and I have sickly guppies and can't do anything with, and a separate, extremely large female guppy in her own tank. Yeah, if you get a good male, do that. One of the things that, like, if they're not getting very big and they're kind of like sickly looking and stuff like that. One of the things that oh, who told me this? It was, oh my goodness, his name's gonna come to me as soon as the camera's not on me. I forgot Grant's name last week. And then George RB3 forgot Grant's name as well on his stream earlier this week. And I was like, that's hilarious because I did the same thing. And I was like, is it comedic genius? You know what I mean? Is it a coincidence? I was like, either way, like, why Grant's name shouldn't be hard to remember. You know, Grant and Shelby. But as soon as like you're on camera and talking, it's like Shelby and that guy, you know, I'm it's Grant. Everybody knows that. But oh my goodness. But he was telling me basically that if you're not getting the size on your guppy and stuff like that, he goes, I have seen a lot of internal parasites and stuff like that that actually the fish will be living, but the fish won't thrive. The fish won't get big and healthy because of they're not getting enough food because of the parasites in their intestinal tract and stuff like that. So possibly treating them for that might be helpful. And I think that's probably what I need to do with this line of Hawaiians that I got, and give them more room. And yeah, when they Cece, when they die in the first 2 weeks, it's like it's what happened to them before they got there, before they got to you. You know what I mean? So like you're just you're just there for the consequences of what happened to them while they were getting to you. You know what I mean? And like that is sad. I will say that mine are readily breeding and doing well and stuff like that. So if you ever want to try some, we can work it out. You know what I mean? Like we'll get them to you. I have a heat sealer, you know what I mean? Like, I've had good success with shipping thus far, you know what I mean? So life is so I went to Dan's talk at the Clash about like how to use the heat sealer and the like the ratio of air to water versus the oxygen to water, um, when bagging them and things like that, and bagging them in smaller amounts, which he does. And yeah, that I think has been a big part of my success with shipping and stuff like that. So we can, yeah, we can do it. Okay, so you did get them dewormed twice. Okay, yeah, because sometimes it takes more than one time, so twice is good. And bacterial medication as well. And then just deworm them again and see if that helps. Yeah. But yeah, once you what if you can get like if you can get some guppies and you can get some babies in the tank and stuff like that, like you're set. Because like the babies will grow up in this environment, you know what I mean, in your water and stuff like that. And they'll do what the guppies do. But yeah, no, there's a lot of guppies that just don't do well. And like I said, I think it just has to do with supply chain mostly. Yeah, CC. I mean, like that's the other thing. I mean, like if it's Houston and stuff like that, we can work it out to where I can bring them down when I go visit. Like my mom and my sister are both in Houston. So we might be able to work out a swap C when I'm traveling. You know what I mean? But yeah, they need to live long enough to breed. Yeah, only Oscars. And Grant is always saying that he is mailing shrimp that are not full grown yet. So he's mailing juveniles mostly because the juveniles seem to be more resilient and to do better in travel and stuff like that. And the adults don't do as well. I think he was referring to them, they still have like youth, you know what I mean? Like they're still like green, they can bend a little bit instead of breaking, you know what I mean? So yeah, I think that's true. Joshua Templeton, welcome, welcome. I assume you've been lurking every time, buddy. You just outed yourself. But hey, I don't blame you either way. You know what I mean? Like life is good. I'm glad you're here now, brother. The Swordtails are doing great, and you will be upgrading to a 20 high in 3 weeks. They will be getting some pygmy Corey friends. That's what I'm talking about, man. Yours did better in a 3-year-old tank. Yes, an older tank for the shrimp, like a new tank for shrimp, is not is not as ideal as a tank that has been seasoned and stuff like that. So if I took all the guppies out of one of these tanks and then I set that tank up for shrimp, I would be better set up for success than if I was starting a new tank for shrimp. You know what I mean? So yeah, a an older established tank, I think you would have better luck with inverts and stuff like that because there's so much more food chain that has been established inside of the tank. Yeah, so you're always up for more guppies. Yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah, exactly, CC. Yeah, put another fish in there while you wait. You know what I mean? Like that's perfect. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like I think that it would be better to take fish out of a older tank to make a new tank, get it cycled, and move the fish from that one, and then start the shrimp in a tank that the other fish were already in. Is is the right move, at least for Neocaridina. You know what I mean? You have red and orange shrimp, and also one white shrimp, all in the same tank there, June. Because if you separate them by color, I think you'll be doing better. A ton of wilds in my semi-abandoned 55 gallon. I have 500 of them. Too bad nobody wants wilds. Right. I mean, like, I might take some wilds. I might take some wilds off your hands and like add them to a community tank, and then any wilds that I get out of my other shrimp tanks, they can be added to the wilds in that tank. I mean, like I can see wilds being like added as part of like the food chain, like in a tank, and being like really cool. You know what I mean? Like we all know that there's probably going to be snails. You know what I mean? So what if instead of snails, they were shrimp? You know what I mean? Like I think that that's cool. Yeah, see, like only Oscars is asking, you know what I mean? And somebody else had a bunch of wilds. A couple of people had a bunch of wilds. So yeah, I don't think that they're like in demand or anything like that. But like when you're chatting in like a live stream like this and stuff like that, like see, like only Oscars is down. You know what I mean? Like down for some. You know what I mean? So I mean, it's not impossible. You know what I mean? But yes, I do understand that you're like, yeah, and it's like shame nobody wants them. You know what I mean? It's just like, well, you just gotta ask every once in a while. And like that's the other thing as hobbyists and stuff like that. We talk about like what we have too many of in our fish room and stuff like that. And then somebody will pipe up and be like, yeah, man, I'd like some of those. It's like, that's cool. You know what I mean? I was like, man, I want more of this. Like all of this plant that I had died. So it's like, hey man, this seems to be doing really well in my tanks. I've got a bunch of it. I can give you some of that. You know what I mean? Like, and like we should be trading things that we don't need for things that we need with each other. And the more that we do that, the less it matters what is going on with the price of things. You know what I mean? Or the cost of shipping things. Like, you know what I mean? Like, because if I pay shipping and I ship some stuff from my fish room that you want to you, and you do the same for me, all we're doing is paying shipping. You know what I mean? And like it's a trade ski. You know what I mean? And it's just like, yes, one might have more monetary value than the other, but if I have too much of it in my fish room and my choice is throw it away or send it to you, sending it to you is there. And the price point of it is not as important as like just like not throwing something away. You know what I mean? Like I don't I don't want to euthanize a tank of guppies. You know what I mean? It's just like I've been in a couple of situations where it's been like, well, that is a viable option and might be the right thing to do. You know what I mean? Like I've gotten close. Like we can't just keep adding tanks. I mean, we could, but I mean, like, where does it end? Because the more tanks I have, then like the growth is exponential. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to do that, but I will do that before I like think, well, I'll just dump them in this creek. You know what I mean? It's just like I am against that. You know what I mean? It's just like I created this colony. You know what I mean? I'm caring for this colony. All these babies happen in this colony. I'm responsible for all of these fish. You know what I mean? Like if I am no longer going to take care of these fish, I either need to find somebody to take care of these fish or I need to destroy these fish. You know what I mean? Like those are the rules. You know what I mean? Like that's the way it is. And I don't know. It's not it's not a popular decision, but I believe it's a decision that needs to be made occasionally. Only Oscar says, and Lake Deland's definitely down for a trade. Joshua Templeton, we are looking at that 20-gallon tank that had the red swordtails in it that I moved the adults to, and I've got some Cory cats in there, and I thinned it out. It's up above the 10 gallon tanks. And it's got a lot of pothos growing out of the top of it, and I rescaped it. An interesting point. That leaf right there is actually a leaf off of the pothos that is growing underwater. I believe it grew out of the water, ended up underwater when I was rearranging the roots, and there were three leaves. Two of them have gone yellow. That one, it doesn't look like it's doing great, but the plant doesn't look like it's given up on it yet either. So kind of interesting. I have another example of that going on over here. Let me switch my camera again. Have another example of that, like, and it's been like that for like 3 weeks. Like those two leaves are out of the water, but those leaves in there, there's one, two, three. There's three leaves in there. One, that one, that one, that one, and there's another one. No, that's it. but it hasn't given up on it either. You know what I mean? And they're under the water. And I'm like, all right, you know what I mean? Like, do what you're going to do. But it just got dipped down in there. But yeah, those are the blue Hawaiians. And I've got a blue Hawaiian female separated off by herself in here. So she is a Volkswagen bus Wittergen. So I will pick out a spectacular male and get her going. But yeah, lots of babies in here. But like that's like a 7 gallon, and that's like I don't know, two, one, 1 gallon. I don't know, but like that's where I've got these guys, and I think that they might have gotten mixed in with the purple Moscows, which is part of my purple Moscow like population. But like, look at these guys; they're doing good. And there's lots of little babies in there. And that's my blue Madaka is in here somewhere. There she is. Coming forward right now. There she is, see her? Wait, she just jetted. Anyway. Oh yeah, so that's the one that we're looking at right now, Mr. Templeton. Might need to clean the desktop. Oh yeah, guys. I wore my laser tusk band shirt. I'm not even sure whether this band is still playing. They were a local Austin band. I played with the bass player. I played D&D with him and his wife for a while. Um, and I got a band T-shirt, and I wore that. Well, looks like we're done with that camera. So I wore this T-shirt, and I wore a Crowbar hoodie, and the Crowbar burned down 2 years ago. So obscure band T-shirt and a local bar hoodie that for a bar that no longer exists. You know what I mean? So I was looking extra tough at South by Southwest. Like South by Southwest has like several different elements to it. Like the first half of the week is all technology and stuff like that. So you see like the new like robotic dog, you know what I mean, like all sorts of like crazy stuff, like lots of talks and stuff like that. And then the second half of the week is like I think there's also a film festival involved. The second half of the week is all live music, like people from all over the world. There's a Welsh women's like showcase, there's Japanese, there's like all over the world. Like it's crazy. It's an international city down there. Like I go walking around down there right now. You know what I mean? Like I'm hanging out with Gavin. You know what I mean? From England. You know, it's fun. Hanging out with some metal bands from the Netherlands. You know what I mean? Where they're still freaking keeping it real. They got the black denim jackets with all the safety pins all over it, you know what I mean, and stuff like that. Cool people, you know what I mean? Like international city comes to me, you know what I mean? Like all I have to do is just go down there and mix and mingle. But yeah, all sorts of everything, and it's all in different bars downtown and stuff like that. And then there's like a tier system, like there's like several different layers, like 3 different layers of badges, and badges get in before wristbands, and then So after 6 p.m. on Wednesday through Saturday night, after 6 p.m., it's all South by Southwest showcases and stuff like that. So if you don't have a wristband, you're not getting in. If you have a wristband, you're getting in, but only after all the badges that want to be in there get in there. And these are all small downtown like bar locations that only fit 400 people, and there's 50,000 people down there for the event. So it's a whole lot of standing in line. It's a whole lot of not getting what you wanted, and a whole lot of fear of missing out. You know what I mean? Like all the things that all the things that our society has become. You know what I mean, and stuff like that. I went down there for 4 hours, 8 a.m. to noon, and I was done and out of there. Yeah, so yeah, email RSVP lists and like different sponsors of like different parties at different venues, like all over the place. It's insane. um I and it's been in Austin for a long time, so I mean, like, it's cool. I recommend visiting Austin and going to the ACL festival that's in the park, where you can go hang out with 70,000 of your best friends. You know what I mean? And like, there's 5 different stages, and it's all in a park. You know what I mean? And you kind of wander around. That I think is like easier to participate in than like the South by Southwest. Unless you've got unless you're part of the industry and or have a lot of money to spend. You know what I mean? Like, because like, believe me, you can have a great time if you've got enough money. Like, that's basically the way everything is set up. So but yeah, I went down there, I supported my local radio station that I listen to all the time, KUTX.org. Y'all can be listening to that. Y'all can be listening to that on the internets. So it's not even location specific. They have an NPR radio station. They have the KUTX radio station, and then I believe they have one that plays only Texas music, and I can't remember what the third one was. So like, there's like 4 different channels. You know what I mean? Like on KUTX.org that you can listen to, and yeah, no, fun stuff. KLIV, it was your station, only Oscars. That's awesome. Yeah, it's fun to have a radio station. Yeah, KUTX does this weird thing where they it's this crazy new thing, guys. I don't know whether you guys know about it or not, but basically they have like a person who's like hosting the program, and then like they pick out the music. It's crazy. I know. It's not based on an algorithm or anything like that. I mean, like, it's crazy. You know what I mean? It's almost like what they used to do. You know what I mean? But it's fun, and I do enjoy it, and I got like an hour commute, well, 30 minutes to an hour depending on the day of the week. I work the weekend, so half of it's great, you know what I mean, and the other half is I'm on the road with everybody else, and I'm trying to cross the city, and yeah, it's tough. uh all over your radio. That was their tagline. That's great. Well, guys, man, we've had such a great time tonight, and it's already 105. So I've already gone like over by like 35 minutes, and but I got caffeinated and excited, and it's always fun to hang out with you guys. So not a problem. And I don't think I was holding anybody up. If I am, I do apologize. Just like I get apologized too when people stream over my stream. So take the validity of that with what it is. And want you guys to have a great night. I'll see you in the chats. I'll try and check in over the weekend and stuff like that in some of the chats. I'll be around, and yeah, hopefully I can get another tank cleaned up and show you guys something new next week. It'll be fun. I have had a great stream, and I thank you all. It means a lot to me, and like basically all I want to do is share with you, have you share with me. We kind of like hang out, we look at a fish tank, you know what I mean? I want it to be relatively low key. I don't want to sell you anything. I don't want to become the next YouTube star and make tons of money. If it happens, great, but that's not what I'm going for. You know what I mean? Like, so there's no responsibility on your, I don't want your money. You know what I mean? Like, everything's cool. Let's just freaking hang out. You know what I mean? Don't think there's enough of that on here. And I get it. And I understand. You know what I mean? But I just want to share and be with you guys for a little bit. So I want to do my part and host and have a great chat. And I'll see you guys in the other great hosts and their chats. Okay. You guys have a great week. Love it.